Thank you very much, Madam Permanent Secretary, my colleague Minister, Honorable Francis Barron, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry for Foreign Affairs, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Planning, Your Excellency Ambassador Mr. Hubert Charles, and of course, the Japanese Ambassador to the Commonwealth of Dominica. Special welcome to you again to this beautiful country. I think I met you a month ago, and it was an honor to have met you, and it's again an honor to meet you this morning again. I also want to recognize, I want to say senior and most distinguished, Mr. Gerald Kuslatig, other senior members of the public service. I see members from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and members of the media fraternity. Good morning to all. This morning event and this grand aid signing ceremony this morning is yet again another demonstration of the commitment of the Japanese government to Dominica's overall development. There's a long history of functional cooperation between these two countries. And over the years, the government and people of Japan have actually been very much instrumental in assisting us in forging our way forward. Over the years, the Japanese government has made available to us in Dominica in excess of $51 million for the development of various fisheries complex facilities over the country, namely Marigot, Roseau, and of course a vast number of other initiatives that the government of Japan has contributed towards our development. Improvement to human resource component. They have partnered with us, of course, giving support to a number of primary schools as well as secondary school, including the community high school. And for that, we are very much grateful. This morning event is very significant for us, especially post-Mario. You heard from our Prime Minister our commitment to making this country the first climate-resilient country in the world. It is going to be a long and difficult track, and therefore we're going to need the support of all our friendly governments and friends. And the provision of this equipment will further assist us in ensuring that we embark in a very practical way on issues of mitigation and disaster management, especially from the community level. I do not think that words can express, Your Excellency, our appreciation for your commitment to our development. I can recall after the passage of Erika, most of us had said then that Erika was the worst storm in the history of Dominica's development, but we were wrong. We're now saying that Maria was the worst hurricane ever to strike us in Dominica, ever to actually strike any country in the world. I have not heard of any Category 5 in excess of a Category 5 hurricane, because a lot of us who actually experienced the event can attest to the fact that, especially those of us who lived during Hurricane David, people in here who must be as old as I am would have experienced Hurricane David. And Hurricane Maria was a super hurricane in comparison to Hurricane David. And some of us would have said on the night of the 18th of September that maybe the winds were in excess of 200 miles per hour. So I've not heard thus far any country having to realize such a beating from a hurricane. So I think that Japan is a very good friend of ours. Going back to the passage of Erika, I think the government of Japan was among the first countries to actually respond in a very practical way. I can recall meeting, I think at the time, the Minister for Foreign Affairs at the airport in Kingsfield. And I think maybe you were the highest first official from a friendly government to have arrived in Dominica, if I'm not mistaken. And I want to actually express my gratitude to you for your commitment to our development. I have been advised here this morning that I'm allowed to give brief remarks. I intend, therefore, to stick to that protocol or that instruction. And what I'm left to say is that we in Dominica have to ensure that we build back a better country. And in order to do that, we have to develop the mindset and the attitude in order to do that. And so, whereas we need the tools to do that, but I can give you the commitment that from what I've seen thus far, that we abide into the whole concept that Dominica will become the first climate resilient country of the world. And it's going to be easier for us with practical support from countries like you. So I wish you all the best, Your Excellency. I know you love Dominica, and I'm looking forward to having you again very soon. That maybe a bigger basket of goodies. So may the good Lord bless you, and thank you very much.